BBN Jack Frost. What's up, party people? How's everybody doing? I'm hoping everybody's having a beautiful day. Okay, we got Lakiem Shabazz here with us tonight. How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing great, my brother. Magnificent, man. I feel triple M. Magnificent, majestic, and magnetic all at the same time.
Boom.
You know, I appreciate you having me here. You know, I just would like to say, if anybody would like to contact me, they could contact me on Instagram at Lakiem the Pinnacle. On Facebook, it's my honorable name, Lakiem Welch. Other than that, you could check out Lakiem Shabazz on YouTube if you're not familiar with who I am. I'm one of the original members of the Flava Unit and a proud member of Allah's 5%, Nation of Gods and Nerves. With that, I'm going to say peace, man. Peace to man, woman, and child. You know?
Boom. Let's go. Quick question. There has been a tragedy as of late, so I would like to give my condolences. There was a Flava Unit member of yours that tragically just recently passed. Would you like to speak on that for 2 seconds?
Yes, my brother Double J, may he rest in eternal peace, man. He was one of the original members of the Flava Unit, and sad to say, we got the information that he went home past day. So, you know, all the Flava Unit is really mourning right now, you know what I mean? Because he's definitely a part of us. Yet at the same time, I'm going to keep Double J alive by doing certain things that I know Double J was about. He's a father, he's a businessman, and he was a positive brother. So I'm going to continue to be Double J, and my Lakiem Allah walks in life, you know, keep him alive.
Appreciate that. Salute.
Thank you.
Since we're already speaking about the Flava Unit, why don't we start off there? What are some of the other members that was a part of this? The
original Flava Unit consisted of first and foremost the producer 45 King. He was like the glue that brought us all together. He's the producer, made all our tracks. The original members is myself, Lakiem, Apache, may he rest in peace. Double J, Chill Rob G, a brother named Lord Ali Baski, Queen Latifah,
boom,
my sister Nikki D,
boom,
and a few others, Naughty by Nature, boom, my man Tahi,
boom.
Bill, I ain't leaving nobody else out. Okay. Oh yeah, somebody else, my man T Capone, and my man Marky Fresh.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did y'all all come together, if you don't mind me asking?
Just through 45 King. 45 King had moved from the Bronx over to Irvington. He used to DJ at parties at Irvington High School. And I think Latifah, Lati, and Apache and them was going to Irvington High School. So that's how they eventually linked with him. I'm really like the last original MC to link with them. When Naughty came, they came as a group, the new style. But far as with myself, when I met 45 King, the crew was basically all together already, yet they didn't have a name for what they wanted to call themselves. But they was all together, and how we all basically came together was just coming to visit Mark. He would play beats, be on the turntable, spinning instrumentals. He'll give us the mic, and we would just rhyme, you know what I mean? And that led to us becoming a crew, eventually getting deals, and here we are, you know. Made history in hip-hop. Glad to be a part of it, you know?
Boom. We're glad to have you. What was one of your first actual shows that you could remember doing still?
Wow, I was just discussing that. First show I ever had was me, Latifah, and De La Soul.
Ooh.
Was at a skating rink up in Boston. I'll never forget it. Me, 45 King, Mace, Poss, and Dove took a limo from Manhattan to Boston and back. And on that day, De La played their album, which wasn't released yet. They played Slick Rick's album, which wasn't out yet. And they put us up on NWA. I'll never forget that. So also, big rest in peace to my man Dove and my De La family. That's my first show ever, right there. Skating ring in Boston. Me, Latifah, and De La. Yep.
All right. So also, I thought it was always kind of lit how he named himself True Goy, and that's just yogurt spelled backwards.
Yeah, just like pasta nooses sound sop backwards.
Boom. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. With that being said, who would you say is some of the biggest influences at that time that you were able to actually deal with and work with? Because you're at the beginning of hip hop.
And that day and time, well, I came out. My first single came out around 1988. My album came out 89, so I came out at a time where the Crates was releasing. I mean, I'm along the era of Kane, Lakiem, G-Rap. All of them had albums out at this time. I would say my wave is with the native tongue wave, like myself, Tribe Called Quest, your Black Sheeps, your Diamond D's, your Patchies, your Showbiz AG, that whole era right there. I fit right into that era. Right after Public Enemy, you know, X-Clan, Poor Righteous Teachers, so on and so forth. Well, one of my biggest influences in hip hop, though, what influenced me more than anybody was Grandmaster Caz and Kumo D, Treacherous Green, and Fearless 4. They influenced me more than anybody.
Grandmaster Caz does not get mentioned enough. A lot of people consider him one of the top tier, one of the greatest rappers in the beginning of rap that actually started in. Didn't he write a verse on what's the name of
what, Sugar Hill Gang?
Yeah, he wrote one of those verses, didn't he?
Well, Big Bad Hank rhyme. I think that's Caz's rhyme. Yeah. Casanova legend must have been true. See, Casanova Fly. That was his original name. I always looked up to Caz, always looked up to Modi, always loved Treacherous. I love Tito from the Fearless 4. Fearless was always dope to me. You know, a lot of them influenced me. Yet I was also influenced by, you know, Kane, Rakim, LL Cool J, Run DMC, all of them. Because they always out before me. And, you know, I'm a listener before I, you know, got a chance to put it on wax.
All the greats are, let's just be clear. All of the people who are extremely good at their crafts, let's not talk about whatever recognition they get, but all of the individuals who are always good at their crafts are always students before they are the teacher. That's just a fact.
That's peace. We're all students of the culture.
Boom.
That's right.
And I think that's what and I'm not trying to change the subject or try to speak negatively about the hip hop culture that we have going on now. I'm going to ask you about that a little bit later. But I think that that's something that's missing now. I think that we don't have enough of people that could, like, there's a lot of music that is influential that should be listened to, and I don't think we listen to enough influential music now. That's just my opinion. I think too much of this is the bang bang. I think they got the wrong messages. I would like, okay, so Poor Righteous Teachers. I remember the first video I ever saw y'all shot it under a bridge.
Well, I'm not a member of Poor Righteous Teachers. I mean, them my brothers, them the gods. I know what you're talking about though. They was out in Trenton. They shot that video out in Trenton, and I think one of the scenes was on the bridge. You talk about rock this funky joint. Boom. The God Wise be stepping. He rocking the funky joint as he kicking them funky lyrics. So yeah, that's my brother, Wise Intelligence.
Salute. So my thing I wanted to actually ask y'all, even though I went the wrong way about this question.
No, it's peace. It's all right.
What the thing I actually wanted to ask you was your first experiences on tour. Who were you touring with first?
Well, I never really actually been on like a tour, but I have performed and I've had the opportunity to travel. I did shows in Paris with Ultramagnetic. Myself, Ultramagnetic, and this group called Kings of Pressure. I also performed in Germany with Stetsasonic. Myself.
I said, man, stop, we're not doing this. He said, I didn't do no touring. And then I said, okay. He said, but I performed in Germany, in France, in Beirut. Where else you performed?
Yeah, man.
The moon?
We did. We also did. We also did Japan. Myself, Chill Rob G, Latifah, and my man Lati. Rest in peace to my man Dave Funkenklein. Dave Funkenklein was this manager in hip hop in the late 80s, early 90s, and he was instrumental, man. I give props where props is due. May he rest in peace too. But he got us over there to Japan, you know. He got me out there to Paris to do these shows. So, you know, on the strength of music, man, it's a beautiful thing, you know, the power of music, that through your words you can motivate minds and move people, and it could cause you to travel around the world. I'm so grateful for it, to the point that people still recognize me to this day. So it lets me know that my words resonated in the minds of the people in a positive way, you know, because that's my goal right there. I'm gonna be a teacher of civilization first and foremost. So you're gonna see that in my music, you know, and in everything that I deal with.
Copy. I think we need more conscious rappers anyway. I think that's really, really important. I think that's one of the things that Kanye might be trying to do, but I don't know. I do want to ask this though. As far as 45 Kings, I was your producer. What was the album? What out of all the albums that you was a part of, what's the album that you consider the album that people should go back to listen to, so they could really get a grasp of what y'all were trying to do back then?
Well, we put out an array or body of music. That depends on what an individual is looking for. Far as with myself, if they are not familiar with me, then they can research my albums, as I mentioned earlier. And what that familiarized them with was where my mindset was at the age of 20, and let them know, give them a taste of what I'm about now. Now, as far as with albums that I would say were influential that came out from Flava Unit, I would say my first album, Pure Righteousness, Latifah's first album, definitely, Chill Rock G's album, Naughty by Nature's first album. You talking about joints like OPP, all of these different projects that came through up under per se or affiliated with Flava Unit had some impact at the time when they dropped Apache, Gangstavich. You know, that single was real big. So, you know, all of this is like under Flava Unit moniker. So I can't really choose like one project like that because we did a large array of work.
I'm just trying to get people to go and stream your shit, homie. So I'm just
oh no, that's peace. I mean, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. But
okay,
if they look into Flava Unit, like I said, you know, they can research the names. To the youth who may not be familiar with the title Flava Unit, I'm pretty sure the majority of them out there are familiar with Queen Latifah. Even if you research the things she do now, if you read some of the credits of things that she's involved in, you will always see Flava Unit Productions up there. You can research it. But as far as with musically, Flava Unit has done a lot of things as far as with the original members. And then even after that, Latifah incorporated the name, built the label and a management company. So you had other groups that were affiliated with Flava Unit that came out years later as well. They did one collaborative song that what was the name of that song? I'm not sure, but I know D Nice produced it. None of us was on this song, but I think Freddie Fox was on the song. I think Tretch was on the song. A couple of more people was on the song. You know? But it was definitely a Flava Unit project, though.
I want to say something. Tretch is one of the most underappreciated rappers ever. I think he's underappreciated. I just want to say that, and I'm not trying to bring it up. I'm not trying to take away from what you're saying, but I think he's an extremely underappreciated rapper. I think that Jersey in itself doesn't get as much of a, because in the beginning of hip hop, it wasn't just New York City, it wasn't just the Bronx, it wasn't just Queens, it wasn't just Brooklyn. A lot of artists came out of Jersey like yourself, and I think that if some of y'all would have came from, not from Jersey, but if y'all would have came from New York, I think that people would have just, because they got this whole thing, like, you got to be New York, New York, New York. And I think that we have to start giving more respect and more appreciation. But Tretch raps like he speaks like more than one language. Does he speak more than one language?
Not that I know of. Not that I know of. He was quick with the tongue, though. That was his style, you know, and his delivery, you know.
How was it working with Queen Latifah, with Tretch? How was it working with them?
Beautiful. It was fun, man. more than anything, we always had fun. All our sessions was fun.
Boom.
After we would work in the studio, we would go downstairs and shoot pool. We always had a family-oriented environment in the studio. It was always fun.
Is that true?
Pardon me?
I heard Latifah. Is that true?
Oh, hell yeah, definitely. Most definitely. Oh yeah, she could ball for sure.
That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you got an album, Pure Righteousness. You have another one, Black is Black.
Nah, Black is Back was a single that was on my album on Pure Righteousness. My second album was called Lost Tribe of Shabazz.
Boom.
And on that particular album, I did a video in Egypt. To this day, to my understanding, I'm the only artist to ever do a video in Egypt.
Word?
Be it rap, R&B, anybody. I've never seen no one do a video like I did. Most videos I've seen. Pardon me?
I'm sorry to cut you off. Finish what you were say. I could wait.
I apologize. No, what I was saying though, to my knowledge, I've never seen no one else film a video over there. I went over there in maybe 91 to 92. I had the opportunity to travel throughout the whole interior of what people call Egypt. I call it.
Hey, a minute, I was like, yo, what kind of tour you went on? I don't do no tours. I just, work here and there.
No, but that wasn't a tour though.
In Japan. Oh yeah, I also did a video in Egypt over here. Man, you all over the place. Stop it.
That wasn't a tour though. That was
you know what? There's people that ain't been to Florida.
I know and understand that. And I'm grateful. However, what I was just saying basically was that I've never seen no one else do a video over there. Most videos that I've seen, they depict Kemet, or what people would call Egypt. I had the opportunity to travel throughout the whole country. I was in Luxor, Cairo, and Aswan, and I had the opportunity to have a guide that was from over there, original man. Stayed with his family, ate in his family home down in Aswan, which is Nubia, the land of the black face. So I was all over the what the people call Egypt. I call it Asia though. All of it is Asian to me, you know. Whether you down by the Nile Valley or you over there in the jungles or what they call Africa, it's all Egypt. That's why I say I'm the Asiatic black man. Okay. People wonder why we say that, because the name of the planet Earth is Asia. Simple.
Okay. A lot of people might not know this, but you made it to the top. You made it number 78 on the top R&B and hip hop albums with the Lost Tribe of Shabazz. So that might be something. So that might be something that people might want to look into. Yeah. I don't know.
Wow.
You made it to 78. So that might be something that people might want to go look into. I grew up. My brothers, older brothers, they was part of the 5% Nation. So I grew up with a certain understanding, and I grew up moving a certain way. Like even to this day, I still move a certain way. So I want to say, what did being part of the 5% Nation, how did that affect the way, or how would that encourage or influence the way in which you rap?
Well, the knowledge itself. It's like how people say this term in this day and time. They say grand rising or grand awakening. Once an individual is sparked with knowledge itself and they accept it, it's a non-stop motivating, spinning, motivational force, forcing you to want to learn more about yourself. And as I start learning more and more about myself, the truth, as they say, the truth shall set you free, and the truth is the light. And once I knew and understood and started growing that I'm the sun, well, the Lord of Sun is to exist within itself and shine his light. So the light that I shine is the truth that I teach. So that's what the 5% teachings did for me. And that's why you hear it in my rhyme, because my job and duty is to teach. I'm dedicated to the resurrection of the dead, not physically dead, but mentally dead people. Just like that TV show, The Walking Dead. They make that show as a parable to the people. And the people so caught up, they watch The Walking Dead, they see these zombies. And I look back and I say, wow, this is a parable of the world. They don't know that's 85% of the population.
That's the whole fact.
The Walking Dead. And it is my job to resurrect as many of them as I can, and I'm dedicated to it.
Okay.
And it's dedicated toward the youth. You know what I mean? Legit. So that's why you hear that come out in my rhymes. You know, my culture, I could speak about anything. I could rhyme about anything, but you're going to always hear a jewel of positivity in any song that I do. Any song, any topic that I latch on to. I could make a song about the right foods, you know, teaching the people how to eat the right foods. And it's still a jewel in me. You know?
It should be. First of all, thank you very much, because you just said something that is very important, and that is whenever we speak, we're supposed to be trying to encourage. We're supposed to be trying to say things that's going to be positive, that's going to try to get people to do things that's going to improve their lives and improve the lives of the people around them. And I'm going to say without a shadow of a doubt, whenever I did hear individuals that came from Jersey specifically, that's usually what they was doing. I didn't really hear any rappers that came from Jersey that was talking crazy. I heard a lot of rappers that was coming from, especially with the Flava Unit specifically. That's what I'm talking about, because those are the only Jersey rappers I know, the people that was in your bunch. So when I heard rappers like Queen Latifah so much, first of all, she had one of the hardest verses on self-destruction. So when you can get on a track,
she's not on that song.
No, hold on, not self-destruction. When she made pardon me, I want to apologize because I'm everywhere right now.
No, that's cool.
When she made the song with because I'm a whole dude.
With Moni? Which one? With Moni Love? What? Ladies First?
She made the song with Moni Love, Ladies First. I'm gonna say this much, and this is something this is the point I was trying to make. This is what I'm gonna say. I don't think often, especially nowadays, people are able to speak about women power without trying to tear men down. And I thought that even when listening to that song, it wasn't a tearing a man down type of song. It was a song that, even though she was trying to speak power into women, she wasn't trying to take away from men, but so much. You understand? If that makes any sense?
No, it makes sense. That song wasn't about tearing men down at all. No. She was just it was like a commemoration to them, man. You know, she was speaking from the heart. Her and Moni Love, they came together on that song. I actually wrote rhymes on that particular song.
Okay.
Not all of it, but I wrote a little bit here. Like I said, man, we was one big happy family. Once we was in the studio, it's a family thing. And a lot of times me and Apache is there or Tretch is there, and we had the pen game real quick. So if we in the studio with Latifah, if she needed something, it's there. You know, we don't tell the world about it. Ain't nothing to brag about. It's just family stuff.
Yeah. So, I'm assuming you're still rapping. You're still at the end of the day. I had somebody say something a while back in one of my chats, and they were saying these old dudes, they keep trying to. No. If you're a rapper, you're a rapper. You're still going to the studio. You still, because that's fun. It's in you. It's like I still go to the park and play basketball. I'm not trying to go to the NBA. That doesn't mean that I'm going to stop playing basketball. It's just something that's in me. It's something that I enjoy doing. I might go get in a tournament here. I might go get in a tournament over there. I might go out there, run around, have a good time. Now, with that being said, do you still go to the studio and do you still work on projects?
Yes, I do. I'm always work on music. I love music. I made music before I ever made a record before. So that'll never stop with me. I'm gonna always love and appreciate music. I'm gonna always write music, create music, influence others musically, develop and help others musically. I tell people like this is something I noticed a long time ago. People place an age limit on hip hop. It's the only genre of music where they place an age limit on it. You wouldn't tell my man, what's his name? He's on tour now, I think. What's his name? Bruce, the boss, Bruce Springsteen. Now look at how old Bruce Springsteen is, right? You ain't gonna tell Bruce you too old to be performing, or Miss Patti LaBelle, or anybody else who's up in the age who love music, that still create music and still perform. They only do this with hip hop or rap. Why is that? Why is that? Who said that rap music is only for this age group? No. I'll tell people like this. No matter what genre of music you like, it does not matter what your age is. If you love it and you do it from the heart, then do it. You know,
this is a fact.
That's how I look at that. You know, I don't put no age limit on hip hop.
When hip hop first started, people were saying it was a fad. Remember that?
Yeah.
They said it was gonna go away. It's gonna go the way of the dinosaur. It wasn't gonna be here a long time, right? How do you feel about being one of the about being not just one of the people, but being a part of a group or unity that allowed to transcend it? Because let's be perfectly honest, in the early 80s and in the mid 80s, it looked like hip hop might not be what it turned into. It did start turning into what it turned into in the late 80s, early 90s. That's around the time that you were making music. So how did it feel around hip hop when people start realizing it's here to stay?
Oh man, it felt great, man, to see the growth of hip hop from the time when I started making records to seeing how it has transcended. All I can say is that it feels great to be a part of the culture, number one, to be one to have made records that have touched the ears of the hip hop audiences to the point that it affected them and they respect me to this day. So, you know, for me to be a part of this culture in general and to have added on to it, I'm grateful for it, and I'm gonna continue to do it because I love hip hop. You know, I love music, so no matter how old I am, I'm always create, love, make
so who
music.
listen to nowadays?
What I'm listening to?
Yeah,
myself.
Newer artists. What artists that are out now do you listen to?
What artists that are out now?
90s. I'm not even.
Well, the latest project I've been listening to is Nas' last album. Nas' latest album is what I've been grooving to. Other than that, I've been locked in on myself and, like, you know, immediate artists that I work with. I work with a lot of brothers, you know, brothers in my nation, other artists that I'm connected to, and we in the studio bubbling. I like to stay locked in. When I'm concentrating on my stuff or my music, I stay concentrating on that. There's not much outside that I really, you know, listening to. Nothing against nobody else yet. You know, I'm focused on myself and my project right now.
My dude, most of the music I listen to is either R&B or rap from the 80s and the 90s. I'm not even gonna lie to you, because I like to keep a certain energy, and my energy ain't bang bang shoot everything up. My energy is I'm trying to cultivate something over here. I'm trying to stay inside of a certain mind frame. So that's why I asked. And you saying Nas is King's Disease? That's what I'm assuming.
Yeah, his last project, his last one. Yeah, King's Disease. What's that? 3, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's performing that in New York coming up soon.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. That's a pretty good project to me. I like it. People sleep on it. Yeah, that's a real hip hop album to me. I love it.
Are we gonna say the top 5 rappers?
What? That's out now or whatever?
No, ever.
On my list, a top 5 rappers? Yo, I hate when people actually top 5 rappers. Oh my goodness. Grandmaster Caz, Kool Moe Dee. Those are the 2 biggest influences on me. My man Tito from the Fearless 4. Wow. The God Rakim, man. Definitely. Oh my goodness. Wow, it's so many MCs, man. I love all the MCs. Who else could I throw up in there, man? No, LL Cool J. LL Cool J, man. There's so many, man. I can't name them all, bro. KRS, Chuck D, Cool G Rap. I'm like, come on, man. Like with me, that's a hard question, bro.
Grandmaster Caz. You name hold on, who's the first 2 you named? Grandmaster Caz.
Because them the 2 that influenced me coming up. Grandmaster Caz, Kool Moe Dee, my man Tito from the Fearless 4. Oh my goodness, man, this is hard, man. Grandmaster Caz, definitely top on my list, man. Who influenced me? Caz, Mo D, Tito,
I believe.
Rakim. Who else I said? I said LL. LL Cool J was heavy. Man, come on, man. When I Need a Beat came out, what? Come on, man. You crazy?
L was the first person calling himself. I'm going to tell you how influential L was. L was the first rapper calling himself the GOAT.
Man, he could get that, man. I had no problem with LL calling himself the GOAT. I don't see why anybody else. If you know the history of hip hop and you know his history, like, come on, man. As an MC, you're supposed to feel like you the greatest of all time. It shouldn't even be compared to like record sales and stuff like that. Shouldn't even come into play with that. When you look at LL Cool J's body of work, look at his passion. Look how long he been doing this. Show me another artist who catalog could compete with his.
Okay.
Show me one.
Okay, so
wait. Jay maybe, you know what I mean? Jay-Z got a long catalog.
My favorite rapper of all time, my two favorite rappers, because I never want to just say one because then I feel like I'm leaving the other one out. It's Rakim and Nas. Those are my two.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. When you ask me that, it's so many, man. Like my man Black Thought, crazy nice. My man Pun, crazy nice. My brother Big L, ridiculous. So it's so many artists that's crazy nice that I got love for. I can't name them all. My man Pharaoh, crazy. OC, crazy. Yes. It's like the list goes on and on. You talk about MCs that are for what? Man, it's so many, you know. So I say the original man is the greatest MC. That answers that question. The original man is the greatest MC.
I'm here with that right there.
The original man is the greatest MC. Simple. Okay. You can say it's him, or him. The original man is the greatest MC.
Okay, so
that sums it up because we all original men, all the ones I named.
I got it. I got it. That's actually an incredible answer. I haven't heard anybody give that answer who never asked that question. But I will say this. So, as far as with the music and everything, have you ever had an opportunity to be on television or any other type of medium?
Far as like doing a show or something on television? Yeah. Nah, nothing like that never came my way. I performed on this show called the David Sanborn Show though. Only artist that ever performed on that show besides me is LL Cool J. It was a show by this guy named David Sanborn, who's a jazz artist. The show used to come on, I think, in the early 90s when Saturday Night Live went off. The David Sanborn Show would come on. He's a jazz artist. And LL performed on that show and I performed on it. Actually, you could go on YouTube and check that out. You could type up Lakiem on the David Sanborn Show and that performance comes right up.
Okay, so you were the captain of this. I asked you a thing, and then you'd be like, nah, I never did that before. And then you tell me you did it. I'm like, what the hell, fam? Like,
yeah, the David Sanborn Show, I performed one time. Yep.
That's
on
enough,
television.
My brother.
That was on Channel 4.
And it was on a show that nobody but you and LL made it to. So
yeah, no other, to my understanding, no other rap artists performed on that show. But David Sanborn was a jazz artist. Boom. You know, I would love to have Saint Tip in them on there because Tribe Called Quest was very instrumental in using a lot of jazz. Yes. They made like jazz crazy cool. With all of their first 3 albums to use in hip hop.
They got 2 5 mic albums, I believe.
Come on, man. Them first 3 albums is iconic to me. Q-Tip production is crazy ridiculous. I remember when he produced Gangsta Bitch for Apache. When I knew who was doing certain songs for Apache, because I looked up to certain other producers besides my man 45 King. I looked up to other producers that was out there. So if I knew a certain producer was doing the track for Apache, I made sure I was at that session to watch him work. I saw Q-Tip create the whole Gangsta Bitch track. I seen Large Professor create the whole Hey Girl track. And things like that is iconic to me. Those are iconic memories. Like, damn, I'm sitting right next to Large Professor. You know, or I'm sitting right here in the studio with Q-Tip. You know,
Large Professor brought us lines, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Live at the barbecue. Rapping sniper, speaking real words. My thoughts react like Steven Spielberg. What? Crazy iconic line. You see how it's still fresh in my mind? Say what? Nah. I told you album I'm listening to, right? Nah.
That's what it is, though.
That's right. That's what's in my system right now anyway.
Okay,
Yeah.
so if you can take the music that you've already done, right? And you could make that the soundtrack to a movie. What movie would it be? A movie that exists. What movie would it be?
A movie that exists?
What movie do you think would fit the soundtrack? Not all of your songs, obviously, just, you know, a good sample of your songs. What movie do you think your songs will be a good soundtrack for?
Maybe a movie like Black Panther or something, or not the comic Black Panther. No, the one Panther that was made years ago about the actual Black Panther movement, or a movie about Black consciousness, Malcolm X, any one of those type of films. My songs are fitting for movies like that. Or I have one particular song that you could play for any movie. It's called Need Some Loving, something that's needed in the world at any given moment. I think that's my most influential song. That's a song that you could play anytime, any day, any moment, any year. The message is going to always be relevant to that song.
Okay. That's
not to say that my lyrics and certain things that I was saying in other songs aren't still relevant. I would say that it's all relevant, because I know and understand that one word could change the course of a nation. You know, somebody may listen to your music and they may hear you speaking upon a topic that someone else may be trying to explain it to them, but they didn't receive it through them. They received it through your music, and your music caused them to change the course of their life in a positive way. So that's a great example of how one word can change the course of a nation.
Okay, no, that's
because words are very powerful. You know, if the person that's the deliverer of the word is sincere in their word delivery, they mean it, and their actions are one with their words, then the people who are on the receiving end will have love and respect for them. That's all I ever wanted. I want the people to love me. And like I said, I'm dedicated to the resurrection of the dead. You know, like the TV show, The Walking Dead. My job is to make them the walking alive. Not the walking dead. I want them to be walking alive.
We need to be out here trying to say
and in tune with themselves. Well, I'm doing all within my power to do that, man, just by teaching every day, man. You know, that's all I could do. If I could get just one, man, and as long as I get one, I know that one has the potential power to change the entire world. So I'm gonna continue to teach and reach as many of them as I can.
Okay, so you know that Eminem actually mentioned you in a song "Rap God." He said that Lakiem Shabazz actually influenced him. You know that, right?
Yes.
So you influenced, quite arguably, somebody that people say he's a person that some people consider to be one of the greatest rappers. Let's just be clear, Eminem. Mm-hmm. And how do you feel that your influence to any rapper extended so far past your last album that you dropped? Because that means that your words did have an impact. That means that you were touching people, and you did touch people, and you still have the capacity to touch people. How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel great, man. It just adds truth and power to who and what I am. You know what I mean? Having an understanding of who and what I am, and it adds truth and power to the sincerity of what I was saying to the people, of having the influence that I had on M. I'm grateful for that, you know, because people do look at M as one of the greatest MCs out there, and he is. I'm not gonna sit here and say that he's not. He is one of the greatest when it comes to lyrical gift the gab, and the fact that he's mentioned me not only on a record, but he's mentioned me as an influence as far as with hip hop in interviews and things of that nature. So thank you to him. You know what I mean? I appreciate it, man. I have never had the opportunity to meet him, but I would love to meet him. Just to thank him. You know what I mean?
My brother. That's a fact.
Yeah, definitely. You know, for sure. But I'm grateful. You know,
stalk him. We're gonna send him 1 million. We're not gonna do that.
No, I ain't no stand. Yet I would like to meet him though. You know.
We don't have no weirdo energy. But I'm pretty sure that if he had the opportunity to come across you, he would probably.
Oh yeah, we'll cross heads. I would think so, man. In this world of hip hop, eventually, if it's the will of self, then it'll happen. You know what I mean? We done met mentally 1 million times already. So. You know.
So I got a question. This is just a whole nother thing. Don't got nothing to do with this interview. I want to know if I'm hosting an event in New York City. Can you come out and just pop out?
Yeah, man. As long as you let me know ahead of time, that's no problem, brother.
Boom. I'm gonna shoot you the information as soon as I get it.
All right, no problem, man.
Hosting something soon. I would love to have you, your people, just come pop out with me. I would love to bring y'all up on and whatever I'm doing. I would love for you to just be a part of what I'm doing.
No problem, man. I would love to be a part of it.
Yeah, man.
Definitely.
Is there anything else that you would like to speak about? And you got to come on my show more. I mean, right now this is a pre-recorded interview, but I would love for you to come. And I'm gonna let you know right now, when you do come to our live session, it's gonna be crazy because I have some dedicated stalkers.
No problem. I'm good. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm gonna be doing the knowledge.
Boom, there you go.
So it's cool.
That worry about my pant size.
Wow.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
That's bananas. So I have dedicated stalkers. Right now they're waiting for me.
Well, with the social media world, what people don't realize is like images shape people's reality. And once they done invented a way for people to see themselves in the visuals and record everything on the visuals, you're liable to receive all that could possibly come with that.
That's a fact.
So
we got nothing better to do.
Exactly. You're gonna get the good, the bad, and the ugly. You're gonna get the blind, the deaf, and the dumb. You're gonna get some intelligence. You're gonna get bigotry. You're going to get racism. You're going to get all of these things because it's a free platform for people to chime in. So not everybody is going. You may think with a lot of people that have a podcast, they know what they promoting on their show, right? Yet it's free to the public for people to come in. So regardless to what you may be trying to convey to the people, what you may be about, you're going to always have a little snake slip in there to go against the grain to try to shake or rattle some feathers in whatever you're doing. I tell people, remain steady and stay focused on what you're doing. And if it's positive, you take it from point A to Z and complete it, and you'll be successful in what you're striving to do. You just got to stay focused. It's always going, it's going to always be positive and negative. That's the balance of nature.
I need to have you on my jump off more.
Hey, my brother, I will come through that. That'll be my pleasure, man. I don't have really much to say. I just would like to say thanks to my man Shakai for the fresh hoodie, the Shakai clothing joint.
That's who you wear?
New clothing popping off. Yeah, my man Shakai. He keeps me hip. Every time I come through, I'm gonna promote something from my man with his new clothing line. A lot of us don't support our own, and that's a big thing that's wrong with us, man. We always running to spend so much money with these other people that, they don't really care nothing about you, man. It's just a name in a big high post fashion store, and people think they be getting something off with that. Nah, man. Buy your own people stuff, man. Learn to funnel our money within our own community.
You're making me want to stunt with you. I'm looking. I got my Chicago
yeah, man.
too. We ain't doing that. I don't know where I put it because I'm wearing it all the time. But yeah, we got the Chicago clothes over here too. I got the hats. I was trying to find it. I got the hats.
I got a little something.
Chicago hats. We got the Chicago t-shirts. You got this. That sweater is lit. He needs to send
me. Thank you, my brother. He keep me lit with some stuff. That's my brother. Definitely. That's his North love right here, all the way, for sure.
You need to send me that exact same jump off. I need that in
all nice right here.
I just need it in red.
Yeah.
It was definitely a pleasure to have you. Like I said before, I need to have you up on the program more. And when I'm doing any events in the city, I'm gonna hit you up. I would love for you to just pop out. This is the thing I don't like about hip hop. When our current artists do shows, why don't they have some of their influences lead them on? Why don't they have them pull up, drop a song or two before they get on the stage? You understand what I'm saying?
Well, I would say that you know, a lot of the newer artists that are out now, a lot of them are young, a lot of them not connected to a lot of the pioneers in hip hop. So it's like it's just not just in hip hop, that's in life. It's a generation gap within the original family, and that's something that we gotta close. Meaning, like an example, a lot of the youth of this day feel lost because they feel like the older men and the older people don't care about it. I'm one of them older brothers that will speak to the youth, will reach down to them and give them and strive to guide them, to show them like, no, I love y'all. Y'all are our future.
I want to say
it's
something.
Up to you. They are our future. So, you know, it's like a generation gap, and it's not just within the family structure, within our communities. It's in music too. It's in hip hop. You see a generation gap in hip hop. I want to
piggyback off of what you're saying. I'm sorry for cutting you off. I want to piggyback off of what you're saying. This is what I believe a lot of the problem is. We do have a lot of mothers that are raising children and they're single mothers. So what happens is, I think a lot of these males, they don't know how to receive a man telling them, giving them instruction. Because with all due respect, and this is not me trying to shoot at anybody, with all due respect, these children aren't growing up seeing a male in the household giving instruction. So they don't know how to receive instruction. So when we speak to these kids outside, sometimes we're doing the best we can with what we know. But since they don't know how to see, I had a father in my life. So I learned how to receive instruction and I learned how to give instruction. So a lot of people, the kids nowadays, they are growing up in single parent households that is just women, and they're not able to receive instruction. Now, I want to say something from the Bible real quick. In the Bible, it says that the head of Jesus Christ is God, the head of man is Christ, the head of woman is man, and the head of the child is the woman. So what I believe is happening is, since men aren't in the households, it's harder for the children to receive instruction, and it's harder for the Lord to be in their life. And this is not a knock on anybody, and I'm not going at anybody or tearing anybody down. But what I'm saying is, one, we have to be a little bit more patient with these children, because I'm not gonna lie, I could run out of patience every now and then, having to deal with a knucklehead every 5 minutes. We have to be a little bit more patient with these children, and at the same time, I think it has to be an understanding that these children aren't. There's a lot of feedback in the background. I don't know what y'all playing.
There's some feedback in the back. I'm not playing no music or nothing.
Somebody's playing a thing. So I think a big issue is that the children don't know how to receive instruction. I think that's an issue. And I think that partly that receive instruction from a man. I think that they're so used to receiving instruction from a woman. And in addition to that, you know, I'm very sad to say a lot of our women are scorned due to the relationships that they've been in. I wish that could change. I'm not mad at them, and I'm not trying to speak negatively on them. I just wish that that's something that we could change as a community.
Only way that's going to change, brother, is by rebuilding the family unit. You know, what they have separated is up to us as men and as fathers to instill that in our young men and be mentors to these young brothers, be a champion to the cause of raising these young men. I'm grateful of the time I grew up, because the idea of a village raising a community still existed. This is what we have to bring back. We have to show more love and more concern. And I'm in agreement with everything that you said. All the things that you mentioned are factors in, they are factors in the behavior of a lot of the youth that we have to interact with. As far as what you're saying, not being able to receive instruction, not used to authority or dealing with authority from a man because the man has been absent in a lot of the homes. This is true. This is a well documented and known fact. So this is something that's been, I think, systematically designed, yet it's up to us to bring it back. And the only way we're going to be able to do that is by being in examples of it, showing it to them and teaching it to them. We got to teach it to them and be sincere in our teaching. Yeah, this is something that we could dialogue on more. Me and you will be building about this topic all night right here, my brother. Seriously, because it's about the family. The family, that's the universe right there. The sun, moon, and star, that's man, woman, and child. We live in a world now, man, where they ain't just separating that in the home. They trying to reverse the polarity of man, woman, and child now. So we gonna stop right there. That's like turning the moon into the sun and the sun into the earth or something. They doing that with man, woman, and then they trying to influence the child. But we gonna leave that at that, my brother. Until the next time we dialogue, I'm gonna say peace, and I look forward to the next time.
Definitely, my brother. I'm very happy to have you on the program. I would like to have you on the program more often, just so we can be clear.
I will definitely chime in.
And I'm gonna need for you and whoever the people is that you want to pull up with you when we doing stuff in the city, because I would like to be I want to be the impetus of what I'm talking about. I want to be the example of what I speak. And one of the things in which I think is, just without a shadow of a doubt, we have to have more love towards our forefathers of hip hop. I think that we got to stop saying that people are aged out. Nobody's aged out. Knowledge doesn't age out.
It doesn't.
Doesn't age out. None of that ages out. So we have to start being the spear. We have to be the head of the arrow, the head of the spear, and we have to start creating the change that we want to see in the world. So that's what I like.
That's beautiful, brother. That it reminds me of something that my brother always said. My brother always says this. He said, the people have to learn to rise above the things that they see and create that which they don't. With that, I'm going to say peace.
Peace, my brother. Salute.
Peace. Take care, my brother.
Later.
Peace.